Right, so in order to make a socrative quiz for yourself, first thing you need to do is you need to log in as a teacher, not as a student, because to log in as a student, this is how we do the quizzes. We want to focus on making quizzes. So first thing is to go into the teacher login. Now, the first thing that you'll need to do as you go into the teacher login is to create an account if you haven't already done so. So when this page loads up, you'll see that my details come in here. So I'm going to sign in a moment, but the first thing you need to do is just click into create an account, and then you need to log in as though you are a teacher, so that you can carry on with what you need to do. Well, that's interesting. So, I'm just logging into this. Hopefully you won't have some kind of narration added onto yours so that it starts typing into the box. So, first things first then, once you've created your account, you'll then see that you've got different options here. So it's to launch quizzes, and that's not what we want to do at the moment. We actually want to make a quiz. So we're going to go up here and click quizzes, and then we're going to add a quiz. As you go through, you'll see that you've got all of these things here which will enable you to do what you need to do. However, I'm going to add a quiz here and create a new one. And the idea is that we will do something along the lines of a quiz, which is to practice our vocabulary. So I'm going to call this Unit 3. Quiz. I then need to start adding questions, and there are 3 types of question that I can ask here. So there's a multiple choice, a true and false, and a short answer. I want most of you to focus on these 2 here, which are the multiple choice and true and false. And the reason for that is because it then self-marks. These ones here will then need to be marked by you. So keep focus on most of your questions being in this category here. So multiple choice. Going to use the vocabulary list whichever vocabulary list it is that I've got to come up with things that I just want to ask. So you could actually just use this, and I might say, right, I want to use that word, so I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to paste it in there like so. And then my question is, something along those lines, and then you're then going to put your choices in here. So it doesn't matter which one you put first. So I might say salad here. Chips. We know it's a hamburger, so I'm going to type in hamburger. Steak and rice. Then I then need to tell the computer what the correct answer is. So I'm just going to tick that this is the correct answer, and that is how I set a question. Then save each of your questions as you go along, so that if you go back to it, you won't have lost it. I'm then going to add another question. In this case, it's going to be true or false. Go back into my word list here, and I might say that I want to add a couple of things together. So instead of just saying one item, this time I'm going to say that I hate meat. So I'm just going to take odio la carne, and then I might say something along these lines. So odio la carne means I love meat. And is that true or false? We know that odio means I hate, so we're going to click false and save our question. Okay? And then if you do want to write any short answer ones, then you just need to click in here and say something along the lines of, how would you say I hate meat in Spanish? Question mark. And then I'm then going to put a correct answer, which is optional. I don't need to, but obviously if I don't do that, then I would need to mark it myself. So if you keep this simple, then you can add the question, it will mark it for you. So I'm going to add an optional answer, and I'm going to accept odio la carne. And because in Spanish you can use that, but you could also take out the la. So I'm going to click that and say that odio carne is also a good answer as well. Okay, and that's how you're going to set your quizzes, and then we're going to save that there. Make sure that at any stage you save the answers to your quizzes, and that's how you make a quiz in socrative.